A big congratulations to all the prospective scholars. Congratulations for making it this far in your PTDF application for overseas scholarship. Remember that it's by the grace of God or Allah, or whichever the case that applies to you, that you are here. There are persons who had quite excellent results, quite excellent credentials, but they have not made it this far. The journey still does not end here, despite the fact that the PTDF selection interview is a very important stage. It's also a weeding stage. Only some out of you that are here present will proceed to be awarded the scholarship. So keep doing what you know how to do best. Keep praying, keep hoping, and keep working hard. We on our own part have organized this webinar in order to support you, so you know exactly what to do, the things to put in place, so you have a top-notch interview without hitches. So thank you so much for joining us. Do not forget to mute your mics. I may have to play around with the settings at one point in time or another in order to allow our guest to talk. Questions will be entertained at the end of all the presentations. So if you have any questions, please just note them down. At the end of the entire presentation, you'll be allowed to ask your questions and the presenters will take their turns to provide answers. I'm also aware, and I can say for sure that we are being joined, apart from those presenting, we have other PTDF scholars that are also here, and at one point in time or another, they'll be given room to make their inputs based on certain advices they want to give out or some questions that have not been answered to agreeable strength. Just to let us know that this entire session is being recorded. So for the sake of persons who do not want to be out there in the public, please do well to put off your cameras. Today, we are having a PTDF scholarship interview preparation webinar. And I want to take us through those who will be making their presentations in this webinar. I'm sure you can all see my screen. Yeah, everybody's muted, and so I wasn't expecting any response. Our first speaker is Sha Solomon. And Sha Solomon is a civil engineer with a specialty in maritime infrastructure development. He's an alumnus of the Premier University of Ibadan and a recipient of the 2023 PTDF and DAT scholarship in Germany, where he is currently pursuing his postgraduate studies in digital engineering. Sha Solomon, you're welcome. The next speaker is Queen Moses. So Queen Moses is a first-class chemical engineer graduate and entrepreneur. She's passionate about environmental and renewable energy, data analytics, chemical analysis, and experimental procedure. The proud product of the Enugu State University of Science and Technology. She's a girl in STEM advocate and an awardee of the PTDF Overseas Scholarship 2023. She's currently at the Heriot-Watt University, Edinburgh, UK, pursuing a master's degree in global sustainability engineering. We also have Engineer Jorn Obba Wo, who is a lecturer in the Department of Civil Engineering. I think when he comes up, he will tell us which of the institutions. He has a specialty which includes but not limited to geotechnical engineering, construction and risk management, architecture, and general civil engineering. He holds a Bachelor of Engineering degree, first class honors in civil engineering, and also had a Master's in Engineering degree in geotechnical engineering from Michael Okpara University of Agriculture. He's a Korean registered civil engineer, a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and a member of the International Association of Engineers, and a scholar in the Forum for Agricultural Research for Africa in Fubai Arif and Brazil. He's a PTDF French scholar in geomechanics, civil engineering, and risk. He's at the Université de Grenoble Alps. And we have engineer Sharaf Fadin Mohammed. He was born in Gomel, Jigawa State. He attended FGC Daura from 2002 to 2008, where he obtained his SSC. He received a Bachelor of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering and a Master of Engineering in Electronics Engineering from the prestigious Bayero University, Kano in 2014 and 2021, respectively. He's a lecturer with Jigawa State Polytechnic, Dutse, in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. PTDF fully sponsored his master's program under the local scholarship program. He is currently a first-year PTDF PhD scholar at the University of Cornell-Medi, France. And the last but not the least is Esegbe Joshua. And Esegbe Joshua prefers to have his biography being very short and brief. And specifically, he says he's a 2022 scholar pursuing a PhD in petroleum engineering at the Hertford University, Edinburgh, Scotland, UK. Ladies and gentlemen, prospective scholars, these are our presenters for the night. Engineer Sharaf Fadin Mohammed, you are actively online. You kindly proceed.
Thank you. Thank you, Ash, for giving me the time to be the first speaker. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clearly.
Okay, good. First of all, good evening. My name remains Sharaf Muhammad. I would like to congratulate my fellow respective PTDF scholars as you are preparing to proceed for the final stage of the interview or the selection process. Okay, as a PTDF scholar, now you have received an email telling you that you have been qualified for the final round of the interview, which will hold in the next week. So the first thing you need to start doing is to look at yourself and prepare yourself. You prepare yourselves in two ways. The first thing is the things that actually remains as they are. That is, you cannot change them. That is, are those things that you uploaded in the portal, your educational background, your primary school educational level, your SSCE, your first degree or your master's for those that are applying for PhD. And these things are actually things that you have already acquired, so there is nothing you can do but for you to prepare them. Now that you are going for the interview, in the interview, they will ask you to present such documents. And these documents, they need original certificate. So you are expected to have the original certificate of your first degree, the original certificate of your SSCE, as well as the original certificate of your primary school, local government, indigenous, and NYC certificate. If you don't have the, for example, if you don't have the original certificate of NECO or WAEC, you can as well purchase a scratch card, a pin that you can present in the interview when they ask you. So you need to organize these your documents, the original documents. You are maybe you can start organizing them with the most prepared or the most recent certificates. For example, your master's or your first degree, and you follow. Then you also need to put in place. You need to understand that you also you have the time for you to reorganize or to restructure your personal statement or statement of purpose, as well as your research proposal. So now that you are approaching the panel, with respect to the second part, which I want to say is the part that actually will make them is the part that you will really get the attention of the panelists. For example, your PowerPoint, what I mean, your proposal or your statement of purpose, you should organize it, should be able to put in those things that are required by the PTDF panelists. For example, you need to write about your background, and in your background, you are not expected to present or to put in maybe your family background, telling them that you are married, telling them that you are working with this, but really you need to tell them about your educational background, tell them about if you have acquired any skills, if you have been to participated in any academic, for example, conference, academic workshop, or you have presented a paper in a conference or in a journal. So these are things that you will you are expected to write in your background, as well as, for example, if you have what you call skills related to computer or skills related to the research area you are going for your master's or for your PhD. And another thing is with respect to your research area, you should be able to know the theoretical background of the research area or of the research topic. You should be able to also understand the background. You should be able to explain to the panelists what really the subject area, and your research area should be focused to oil and gas discipline. Should be able to write, should be able to your research area. I'm talking about with respect to research area. And again, I think this is in preparation for your interview. So during the interview or on the interview day, you should be able to be at the interview venue at least an hour. I suggest that you should be in the interview venue at least an hour before the commencement of your interview as stated in your notification letter from PTDF. So when you go there, you will find, you will identify whether you are going for PhD or you are going for masters. If you are going for PhD, they have different sessions. There are sessions for geoengineering, session for engineering, renewable energy, and the rest. So you identify the category you are going for, then you go there and wait until they call your name. So usually they'll come out and call the names of prospective applicants for the interview. So they start calling names one after the other. So if the first person is not around, you will call the next person. If it's not around, you will call the next person. So when they call you, you politely go into the panel, then you greet them, and you wait until they ask you to sit. So you can, if they ask you to sit, then you will sit down, and already you have your documents with you, which are actually your certificates and all those documents that you have uploaded into the portal. Then you, when they ask you to sit, the first thing they will ask you is to present your certificate. They will start asking you of your certificates. Depending on which one, they will start asking you. So make sure that your certificates are well organized, so that when they ask you for your first, you present it to them. Then after verifying your certificate, the next thing they will do is to ask you about your background. So which your background you has already, which you have already have it in your personal statements and in your proposal. So here you are expected to start telling them about your potentials in academics, as well as what you have that make them, that you are worthy to be selected as a beneficiary of the PTDF scholarship. So you tell them about your academic strength, maybe if you have been a best student in a particular course, or if you have attended a particular seminar, or if you have been awarded a certain scholarship or a prize or award, then you explain to them on during your background. Then you also should be able to also tell them about any publications, if you have any publications, so especially for those that are going to PhD. So if you have presented a paper in a conference or you have published a paper in a reputable journal, you should be able to and registration with professional body. It is very important, it's very critical. You should be able to register before now. Each and every prospective applicant is expected to at least register with one professional body, because it has actually a mark on that. So you tell them the professional body that you registered, and not only registering that you are attending their sessions. Again, is with respect to this is about the background. So when you tell them about, they will give you about 2 or 3 minutes. So you shouldn't waste the time explaining only on things that is not relevant to academics. Then after the background, they will ask you about your motivation. What motivated you to apply for this scholarship that you are going outside Nigeria for studies? For example, now, why not study in Nigeria? So they will ask you about motivation. So you should be able to tell them, you should be able to explain to them. You should be able to explain to them relevance of your course to oil and gas or the petroleum industry, and as well with respect to, sorry, I'm trying to turn on my camera. Okay. Then you should be able to tell them about the background of, okay, after this, they will give you time and another 5 or 3 minutes. For PhD, they will give you about 10 minutes for you to present your proposal. When you are presenting your proposal, you start presenting it from the background. You should be able to understand. You should be able to understand that you have understanding. You have comprehended the theoretical background of the research area you are going for. Then another thing is you would explain to them is with your research objectives, the motivation, relevance of your research in the oil and gas industry, and how you intend to, methodology, how you intend to achieve those objectives. And I am calling your attention that please, your research field should be something that is you can do it, that needs maybe state-of-the-art facilities, that needs you to travel outside Nigeria to do for the studies. Then after this, then after presenting your proposal, then they will now have time for you to start asking you questions. They will start, the first question they will ask you is with respect to your, the first question they will ask you is with respect to the, maybe they will ask you a question on, I think, hello?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
You can hear me, well? Good. So one of the important questions they will ask you is with respect to what is the relevance of your course to oil and gas industry? Please, in this part, you should be able to explain well, maybe the relevance of your discipline to oil and gas as a relation to maybe relation to energy or relation to anything that should be related to oil and gas. And you should be able to explain, have a confidence speak to them politely and have understanding of the research area you are presenting. Then after this, they will also ask you questions related to your proposal. I think on this note, I would like the chief host to allow others to.
Okay, thank you very much, Engineer Fadin, for such an explicit presentation. I'm sure we're all taking notes, so please do endeavor to take notes